But it's just like your mindset is so different. Everything has shifted, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so like business changes. And I was like, I don't really want to lose myself, because you hear that story so much and you hear that narrative. I want to still be who Bre is, you know, and I still want to just have that, but I'm incorporating the baby into my life. Honestly, it's just about bridging the gap between having a skill and actually knowing how to run a business. I didn't have the knowledge and I wasn't in the right rooms to even understand what I should be doing. As I built up, I was like, I can't really, get stability, get rich doing this. And so that's when I kind of pivoted and decided I wanted to open a salon. Overall, it's just like I see people who are so talented, and then it's just like they have no idea, how to really put this together.
We always talk about like the good parts, right?
Yeah.
Like the 10K a month and then having multiple people helping us get to that journey. What are some challenges that you face? Welcome to another episode of Access Granted, where I give you exclusive access to entrepreneurs who are changing the game. I have the pleasure of finally meeting this young lady in person. She is killing it on social media, new mom, entrepreneur, and I'm just so excited to finally connect with Bre. So Bre, thank you so much for being a part of Access Granted.
Yes.
And do you do a lot of podcast interviews?
I used to.
Okay.
Before being a mom, I would go on different platforms, but now it's just, I'm in the house.
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole different world. But thank you for having me. I'm actually so excited. This is my first podcast, since giving birth, and I'm like, yay, I'm back in the field.
Good. Talk about that. How is that balancing she's beautiful too. How is that balancing being a mom and just getting back into the groove of being an entrepreneur?
Yeah. Honestly, truly, it's different. It's truly different. I'm just like, I can't believe that, one, I actually have a baby. Like, that's the thing too. But it's just like your mindset is so different. Everything has shifted, and now I'm a stay-at-home mom, and so like business changes. The dad gets just to keep going, but for us, it's like we kind of have this like pause, like this just. It's so different. I honestly, it's just like my mind and everything is just like, okay, I have to incorporate the baby and, just stay at home. It's like everything now is just mom stuff.
Someone
it's not
else
even
comes
really
first.
Like business anymore, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
I have
she's only 2 months, so it's like.
I have a 13-year-old and it didn't change. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
Right? So.
Yeah.
So they just get to come to work with you now. It's a little bit different. But yeah, so it's always a pleasure, but it's always important, especially little girls, for them to be able to see their mom in that role and thriving and still succeeding in balancing it and making it look easy, and sometimes it's very challenging. So I applaud you for that, because girl, you make it look good.
Thank you. Absolutely. I know that was something I was just super big on. I was like, I don't really want to lose myself, because you hear that story so much and you hear that narrative, and it's just like, I want to still be who Bre is, and I still want to just have that, but I'm incorporating the baby into my life. So, because it's just me trying to figure out who I am again. Yeah. Honestly, truly, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your business and about your space. I know it's a little different, but tell me about your business and your space.
Yeah, so as a licensed esthetician, I started as a lash and brow tech, and I decided to open Commission-Based salon, which is called Level 10 Beauty Bar. So it's a little bit different, because a lot of times people are confused by that, because the salon suite space has kind of taken over, that a lot of times people kind of forget about, commission-based salons, which will be like your wax salon. You kind of walk in, you get a wax, you have employees there that are there to service you, versus when you go into the salon suite space, everyone's their own individual business, So yeah, that's pretty much what I do and how I have everything.
How did you get into that?
Back in 2017, I worked for DeKalb County school system. So yes, so working in the school space and teaching the little ones, I was getting my lashes done. And I was like, I just super enjoy this. When I was 18, I wanted to go to esthetician school. My mom was not having it. She was like, you need to get a degree. You need to go to college. You need to do these things. And so I'm talking to the girl, and I'm like, if I'm on my little broke teacher salary and I'm paying you $300 every, week, every 2 weeks. So I kind of got into lashes that way, going back to, just the passion I had for beauty. And as I built up, I was like, I can't really, get stability, get rich doing this, being behind the chair. And so that's when I kind of pivoted and decided I wanted to open a salon. I didn't go with the typical salon suite way, which some people find it easier, some people find it harder, however your balance is. But for me, I don't really like a cap on my money. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when it comes to salon suites, if you have 8 or 10 salon suites, once those are full, those are full. So it's like, hey, I either have to open another one. It's no way for you to to make more money in that situation. You know, like, of course you can have other passive income from other things, but when it comes to that beauty space, to those salon suites, that's it. But when you have a commission-based salon, you actually get to, you know, if I have 8 employees working, and I kind of did it hybrid. So I had salon suites in the back and employees actually working for me.
Oh,
so
that's
therefore,
nice.
Yeah.
So you have the option, right? So
Yeah.
if I want my private space, I have my private space. But if
Yeah.
I'm building and I need to come under you until I build that book of business.
Exactly.
I like
so
that.
I was providing the clientele for those girls. And then in general too, it's just like when I looked at all the numbers, I'm just looking at the numbers. That's me. I'm like, okay, the salon suites can actually pay for the overhead, where in the front, the employees are running the money up.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? So
Yeah, I love that. Listen.
Yeah.
So if I wanted to open a salon space, right?
Yes.
And I wanted to do the commission base. Is that challenging? Is that something that I'm not in the beauty space, but I love the idea of making a lot of money, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So is that something I can do not being in the beauty space?
So it is something you could do, but it's not going to make you as much money as it made me, you know, because I was actually working behind the chair when I first started.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to open a commission-based salon, you absolutely could, but in order to get a return on that investment, it would take a little bit longer,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I was looking at myself where I'm like, okay, I'm working in my own salon suite, you know, and I was like, okay, I finally got to about a 10K month, and I'm like, okay, but I'm slaving. Like when I say I'm slaving. So I was like, if I get, you know, 6 to 8 girls to do this for me, open the salon up, I was able to make money quick because I was still behind the chair. So I'm still doing my 10K months, but then I have these girls and I have this wait list and I'm just pushing it out. Because honestly, truly, people just don't want to work anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
So I'm just like, when I'm telling people when it comes to open the commission-based salon, it's like, you definitely can open, you definitely can run it, but it just will take, you know, I would say probably about an additional year to 6 months to see that return on investment to opening up.
We always talk about like the good parts, right?
Yeah.
Like the 10K a month and then having multiple people helping us get to that journey. What are some challenges that you faced? And especially with dealing like a lot of females, right? I know that can be challenging. So what are some challenges that you face within the salon, within the space?
Just within the space, honestly, like when it came to actually opening the space, the challenge for me, of course, was funding, because I did it myself. So I would say that the beginning challenges was going to be that. Now, once the space was actually open, that came in with, man. People literally, because it's like I have a lot of women there. I want to help elevate them, take them to that next level. Because my goal for the girls who worked at level 10 was, I don't want you guys to be working for me forever. So therefore, I want to teach you these things. I want to provide value to you guys for being here, because at the end of the day, having employees, for them to stay, they need to be making money and they need to feel valued. Mm-hmm. And it was just a challenge because, like I said, just that difference. It's like as soon as someone opens an LLC, they think they're a boss. I'm this businesswoman. You know what I'm saying? And so they're coming and working up under someone. And instead of taking, you know, those just core values that I'm teaching them, or just like interchangeable skills that you can take to your business, they're in there just trying to steal. Honestly, it's like, oh, I had, you know, 30 clients this week. Let me hit them up, or let me do this. And, you know, and sometimes that can reflect badly on the business, because if you booked with level 10 and you really enjoyed, you know, coming in there, and then someone just hits you up like, hey, I'm running a special, I'm at this suite now, and you think I sold your information, because the girls would come into the books and just take people's information, which is illegal, you know. And it's just like, if I let them go, or if they decide to quit, then it's like, okay, so, but some people come in with ill intent when it comes to it. So that was a huge challenge. And then on the other side of things is getting people to pay their booth rent. So it's like, you know, having both of those challenges in one, since I had a sort of a hybrid business plan, it was just like, okay, so somebody's like, oh, I'm slow this week, I'll pay you all right. It's just like, now I'm racking up, you know?
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned something. You mentioned funding being a challenge at the beginning. And it's kind of why I teach this information. I teach entrepreneurs how to get access to grant funding and sometimes business funding as well. But I think that's one of the mistakes that most entrepreneurs make, because we don't have the knowledge and the education of what resources are available for us.
Absolutely.
So if you did it again,
girl,
or when you do it again, I should say, right? You know, would you use other resources to start?
Absolutely. Yeah. I absolutely would. And honestly, I just feel like pretty much I did everything so fast, because I felt like God was telling me like to just get to it. It's like you open one, you made your first $1 million, like open another one, open another one, open another one, versus learning. Because just in 2023, because we're in 24 now, it's going by so fast. But that was the first time I invested in a mentor and was able to, go ahead and try to learn, different systems, different ways to, actually do it. Because I was just treating it kind of like a drug deal. Like I'm getting the money, flip the money, get the money, flip the money. And it's like, that's not, sustainable for business long term, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the importance of having a mentor? What changes did you see when you incorporated that mentor into your brand?
Honestly, truly, I invested in my mentor of September 2023. I planned and executed a conference with 400 people a month later.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
To do it in a month is crazy.
Putting those things in play. And I was just like, I'm going to do a conference. Okay. And boom, boom, boom. And I was like, wow, it's so crazy that, you can pay for the information, kind of expedites things, because from 2017 to 2021, I was just hustling, trying to figure it out on my own. And like you said, I didn't have the knowledge and I wasn't in the right rooms to even understand what I should be doing, because I was just hustling. So it's like your environment really truly changes things, and it can help you execute faster.
I tell people that
and not waste as much money.
Yes, I tell people that all the time, because these mentors have invested on a higher level, right? That we haven't been able to accomplish just yet.
Yeah.
So now we can kind of pick their brain, right?
Yeah.
So now I can come take a little bit of the value that you learned and apply it to my business and brand. If you don't have a mentor, I strongly suggest getting one that's at your level, right? So you might not be able to afford the 10K or the 20K mentor just yet, but get you one that meets your budget.
Yeah.
And I think that's super important. So I have another question for you, right?
Yes,
because you posted something on social media and it really caught my attention, because I think people forget that as women, we can grow and scale our own business on our own, right? You don't have to have a man to back you up. And so you date a very popular, very successful, my brother, I love him to death, entrepreneur who is killing it in his space as well. But they forget that Bre's a boss, right? Girl,
they forget. I don't know. I'm truly just like, I was in awe, honestly, because I thought it would be more like, oh, it's a power couple versus like, oh, girl, okay.
What is that like?
Honestly, truly, it's annoying. I'm just going to be quite honest, like, because we actually discuss this all the time, and it's just like, and we laugh about it, and he's just like, people haven't forgotten. I was like, well, they're not coming to you like, oh, Bre, but they come to me like, what does he do here? And what does he do there? And what's this? And, or he got you in that room, or how does that feel? Because I remember someone DMing me and was just like, it must be nice to have your man get you in these rooms. And I was like, actually, this is my mastermind that I was invited to. He coming with me. But no, honestly, truly, not even like that. It's just kind of annoying that everyone thinks a man has to put some sort of something behind a woman,
Yeah.
Because even when I opened my first salon, everybody was like, oh, who funded that? And I was like, my grind, me, bartending, all this like hard work and labor. And it's just like, to be associated with someone successful, it's just automatically that, you're either there for the money or they're doing something for you. Like, you can't really do it for yourself.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with building together. That's what we're supposed to do, right? I'm supposed to be able to leverage the resources that you have access to and vice versa, right?
Yes.
And I think that's part of it. And I think people just forget that. So I just wanted to touch on that really quick, because it's important. And I've seen your last conference, and it's the power of kind of manifesting what you want for your business and your brand as well. And I was like, I'm going to go to that conference next year. I'm not in the beauty space, but the conference was so powerful. And I knew people that traveled from Nashville to be there. And to be invited to be a speaker this time was kind of like an eye-opener for me. It was kind of like, I said I wanted to attend the conference, and I played short of my goals, right? I played it short when it came to me. I didn't manifest that I wanted to speak, which I should have been. Right? So it's just the importance of manifesting what you want and grinding towards what you want. So I'm super excited about the conference. But let's talk about that as well, because you are teaching people how to be in the space, and not just how to be in the beauty industry and scale it, but business funding and community building and grants. And I think you have every topic that can help them for their business. Like, when I went down the list, everything was checked.
Honestly, it's just about bridging the gap between having a skill and actually knowing how to run a business. Because I kind of realized that I know so many talented people, and it's just like, whether they do hair, lashes, wax, massage therapy, it's just, there's so many young people moving into this space. It's so many people that are coming in that, just think it's a quick buck. Like, oh, beauty, I see this happening, because right now in this economy, everyone's just kind of hopping on things and trying things out versus, building something for longevity. But overall, it's just like, I see people who are so talented, like, and then it's just like, they have no idea, how to really put this together. And so that's really was my mission behind the conference, because I was tired of the hey boo text. I was tired of unprofessional people. I was tired of like, dang, I can't even breathe at my appointment wrong, or it's going to be a problem, and I'm a planner. So as most people in the entrepreneur space are, when we're successful, like we have a calendar, we plan things out. So, if I plan my hair appointment for that day, I don't want to come on Thursday. I don't want to get my lashes done Saturday at 8 p.m. because you decided that your daughter has to go here, there, so, and it's just so unprofessional to me to receive those texts. It's unprofessional for certain settings. Like you walk in and it smells like weed, or you come in here and you have a bonnet on. It's nothing wrong with even working from your house. When I first started lashing, I worked from my house, but I made it look like something. It wasn't going to be, hey, I just rolled out of bed in my robe and I'm about to do your lashes.
Right.
So I think some people kind of underestimate that, and I just want them to understand, and then also help them scale faster. If I knew systems, if I knew ads, if I knew about funding, then I would have been able to open, my salon a long time ago. And I just think that's super, super important. So I just love bringing, the women and the men, together in order to learn those things, and just, instead of being talented, also understand that this is a business. It's not just a quick buck.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, if we could understand that building a book of business get you to your goals a lot faster. Having that client, those dedicated and committed clients that are going to come to you every 2 weeks or every month, and we're going to pay, right?
Yeah.
We're going to pay. We're going to tip you good. We're going to go wherever you are, whether you're in Decatur or Smyrna. If I love your service, I'm traveling with you. So if you can build out that book of business, it's just going to help you take your brand to the next level.
Yes.
If you could give one piece of advice to a young lady she's thinking about getting into the beauty industry, she's thinking about growing her space or just taking it to the next level. I know there's probably so much that we can give them, but one piece of advice that you could give somebody that's in that space.
Honestly, truly, it's going to be customer service. I always tell people I wasn't the best at lashes. I was never just like, oh, I'm just, so amazing. I never chased after the celebrity clientele. Everything for me was just customer service. Word of mouth is still a marketing tool. And I think a lot of times people forget that. And that's how I built, my clientele list to even get to a wait list, to even think about opening a salon, to even have, like you said, client retention. So, and even to this day, all of those clients, not all of them, but majority of them that started with me in 2017 went to my employees, go to my sister, so, and they stuck with level 10. Even when, it used to be the glamour district, they stuck with it throughout the years. And so that just comes from good customer service. If, something does happen, if I, had an emergency, I remember having an emergency. It's like, if I do have to cancel, it's going to be my last possible option, but I'm going to send you your refund in that message. And as well, I'm going to send you a list of people that are available this day for you to still receive your service. It could be your birthday. It could be, your anniversary. You're going on vacation. So therefore, if I have to inconvenience you, hey, let me do this and then offer you a discount code so you can return to me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, people want to feel appreciated for their time and wanting to come to you.
Yeah.
And so that's honestly the best thing I can say. If you have good customer service, if you're respectful, if you respect people's time, all around, you'll always be, successful in the beauty space.
I think that's just in business in general.
Yeah.
I think so many people are missing that customer service piece. Everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to be a boss, and so many people are missing the customer service piece. I think there should be a class.
Yeah, because I think people don't realize, it doesn't register to them that the client is your boss. If you don't have any clients, you don't have any money. So as much as you want to quit your 9 to 5, and be like, oh, I'm my own boss. Like, no, the client is your boss. If you're providing a service to someone, that is your boss. Like, they're the ones paying you. So you have to, like, if you put that through your head and then you treat your small business like a large business, and you're like, okay, this is my schedule. Like, especially in the beauty industry, if I work Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 5, I'm gonna be there Tuesday, even if I have no clients. And so, and just going in there, working, just putting together those customer service skills and putting out that content, you're gonna be fine.
How do you feel about, or your daughter, are you going to encourage being an entrepreneur? Are you going to encourage just following your own journey? Some people are like, you got to go to college, you got to get a career. How do you think that with her having two strong, dominant entrepreneur parents?
Because Smitty would literally be like, bro, no.
Well, she's probably going to already have the trust fund is already set up.
Yeah, but he's so like entrepreneur. And I'm so just whatever your heart desires, truly. Like coming from college, because he went to college, but he didn't finish. And, just, like he said, he's just so entrepreneur mindset where it's just like, bro, it's just, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't want to kind of push her either or, if that makes sense. I just want her to be able to follow her dreams, truly. But I do want to put her in a space where it's like you have that option, because I felt like I didn't have that option. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much what that would be for her.
Yeah.
But I strongly think that entrepreneurship has been one of the hardest things that I've done, especially, just coming from, working my 9 to 5, coming over to being a full-time entrepreneurship. It's like you're working 25/8. It's like you become this whole new thing until you get that, just that luxury of being able to finally pull back from your business. I think a lot of people kind of underestimate that piece.
They do. They think it's luxury, right? They think you have the freedom to get up and do what you want when you want. And it's not always that way.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time with my 13-year-old, I definitely want her, she's an entrepreneur now.
Yeah.
But I definitely want her to follow her own passion. But I think it's important that I think my job taught me a skill that I probably wouldn't have learned if I just came into the world and decided I wanted to be an entrepreneur. It taught me how to get up at 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning to be there at 8 or before 8. It taught me about being organized and being able to just making sure I'm dedicated and committed to a goal and a plan, even though it's for another company and another organization. It just taught me so many different skills that I don't think I would have had. I am thankful for the journey I had with my company.
And I agree with that. That's something that I would teach to my employees, because I'm like, those interchangeable skills matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't have the clientele, go work and, bring those things. If you don't know how to use the computer, go do these things, because like you said, it just creates that discipline. It's so many people just hopping straight out into an LLC world with no direction, no nothing. And I just say LLC world because they'll just be so heavy on it. Like, I got an LLC. And they're also so confused between being an influencer and an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because, you're getting brand deals on Instagram does not mean you're an entrepreneur. Someone's just paying you to create content. You have not built anything from the ground up. You have no idea what this takes.
Those challenges, right?
Yes. And so, like I said, like you were just explaining, it's just like now you have that discipline to do things. Like, there's no one telling these kids once they're graduating, they're not going to college and they're just entrepreneurs, hey, you have to get up at this time to this. You have to be here. You have to dress a certain way. You know what I'm saying? You have to speak to people this way. And so... they just find everything disposable in a sense.
The job I worked at a bank for a very long time, and they required that we get up from our desk and speak and shake hands with every customer. I hated it. But now that I'm in this space, I get up and I speak and I greet and I shake hands or either hug everybody I see. And I don't think I had that skill before. I probably would have been like, ew, germs, right? But I don't think I had that skill before. So it's just different things. And networking. I met some amazing people just working in that space. So I say take advantage of every opportunity that you have. If you have to work, go do it, right?
If that's nothing wrong with it. I just wish that people would understand that. Like, everyone does not have to be an entrepreneur. We do need doctors. We do need lawyers. And everyone doesn't have, the mental capacity for it, I
agree.
Because I talked to my best friend. She's a doctor, and she's just like, I want to have like a little side thing. And I was just like, okay, she's so talented with her creative work, but she doesn't have the mental capacity. That's how her brain works. Everyone learns differently. Everybody operates differently. And just because you get on social media, which, social media could be a lot. You think that everyone's just a millionaire and we're all on yachts and we're having fun, but that's not what's going on. And so it's just like, go with what you feel and desire, like you absolutely know. And so at one point she might open up her own practice, or one day she might do this, but she enjoys going to work, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing. And I think sometimes people show the glamour on social media, right? And we show the 10K months, the 100K months, but we forget the journey to get there. What was your journey like to get to your first 10K month or your first $1 million year? What was that like for you?
Just a lot of sacrifice, honestly, truly. It's just you put something in your head. It was a lot of writing it down. People thought I was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. And it's like going from working in the school system, from being a teacher, and then saying, hey guys, I'm gonna go be a bartender bottle girl. My mom thought I was crazy. Like, she's like, what? Everyone's looking at you. And I feel like I've lived like 5 lives, because the respect level of, being a teacher to then working in the club, it's not a disrespect to me. Then you try, then becoming a successful entrepreneur is different. And then also being a building entrepreneur is different. So, the way people support and treat you is different in each space. And I just think it took a lot of sacrifice, a lot of prayer, and just a lot of really believing in myself. I tell people, it just sounds so cliche because we all say it, but it's like once you become and you hit that goal, it's like, bro, it's a mindset shift. We all say it, and it's just like, you feel every entrepreneur says, it's like, get in your mind, you got to just do it. But it really is that. Like I was telling someone, I said, there's no difference between me and you. It's just that I actually do it. You just keep saying it.
Yeah.
Like if you wake up every day and you're like, oh, I just can't wait to have a 10K. Well, what'd you do today towards it?
Absolutely. I think those sacrifices are big, and I think that's a lot that people are not willing to give up. I took a whole year, probably a little bit over a year. I didn't go to the club. I didn't hang out. I had to get real uncomfortable, right?
Yes.
There wasn't a lot of hair, nails, makeup. I was at home trying to do my own quick weaves, right?
Yeah.
And that was just important for me in that journey, because I was on a grind. I was on a mission to kind of reach a certain goal. And I'm still in that season a little. I come out a little bit, but I'm still in that season. And I think those sacrifices are kind of what got me to this space. And I think that's super important.
And I find too, like just having, because I always tell people, like I'm never going to go back to having like my hustler season, because I just found it to be draining, because I was being more busy than productive. So it was just like, because everybody's like, I'm a hustler, I'm going to do 10 different things and blah, blah, because that was me. I had a business where I sold swimsuits and activewear, and I had got that up to 10K months. I was working in the club, girls, 3, 4 in the morning, leaving there, going to do lashes 6, 7 in the morning. And I was just hustling, because I was just like, something's going to get me there, if I have a goal. And I realized that honestly, having your hand in all the pots does not make you rich. So you have to buckle down, focus on one thing. So when I opened my first salon, I had to let Paluxy go. I was like, even though this is doing 10K months too, it's just like, if I'm going to open a salon, this, has to go. You have to make decisions, and you have to be, strategic in what you're actually doing. And I think that, in that season of sacrifice, a lot of people should remember that as well. Like, they're just like, girl, I'll sell my grandma to you if you need it. But it's just like, no. I heard a girl tell me that. She's like, I'll sell anything. And I was just like, your page is confusing to me. Yeah. When I go on here, I see slippers, candles, makeup, and everything. I don't want to do anything now.
I don't know what you want to do. I don't know what you do. I'm confused. I don't know how to support you or how to invest in you. Because when I look in your social media page, it's just kind of everywhere. And a confusing brand literally does not sell. You have to be like dominant in your industry. When you go to my social media page, you see grants
everywhere
all day long. Like, that's all you're going to see.
Information, everything.
But if you talk to me, you understand that I can help you with business credit. I can help you with your personal credit. But when you see them on social media, all you see is grants. And now you're like, oh, you do this too? Yes, because I wanted to pull you in with the grant opportunities. Absolutely. And I think that's the same for you. You have so many things that you are amazing at, but when I go to your page, I understand exactly what it is that you have. And and we get a little bit of the beautiful baby as well, which we love.
Yeah, now it's just like all baby. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so it's like you go now. And I was just telling Smitty that I was just like, I think my brand is confusing. Like, who am I? But I think that just comes with any postpartum, 4th trimester mother. You just don't really know who you are anymore. And he was just like, no, you're still who you are. I'm just like, I don't know what to post.
I think
honestly, I was just like, what do I do?
But I think it's important that you show that, because there are a lot of parents a lot of mothers who are trying to juggle it, who are trying to figure it out. I have a relative who just had a baby, and I cooked her a dinner, and she was so thankful. She was like, I was trying to find my balance. I was trying to get back in my groove. And I couldn't figure it out. So just simple acts of service make a huge difference. So people seeing you probably have somebody that's watching you and seeing your light, and it's giving them the push or motivation that they need. So you got to keep
my
it up.
Community literally is what keeps me together. I'm so happy and just grateful for them, because I'm just like, all the beautypreneurs, they're just always like, oh my gosh, we're so happy you had a baby. Even my employees, like everyone else, they're just so supportive, and they just understand anything that I have to do or go through, even while I was pregnant. So that is really important, because and then planning the conference, I was just like, I'm so excited for this. And, God said, you know what, this is too much for you right now. Your daughter will only be 2 months going into this conference. And what the hotel say? Oh, we double booked you. So now I have more time, because it was overwhelming. And it was like, wow. So sometimes he'll just drop like little signs, like just to be like, calm down, slow down. And let's get this going.
Not right
because
now.
Even then I was just like, I can't believe I'm about to have a conference in a couple of weeks and everything's everywhere and I'm crying. It was just like, they're like, actually, we have a wedding that day, huh? What do you mean? Okay. January it is.
Yeah, it's a lot. And people don't realize how much goes into planning those, and they come out beautiful and organized. But there's a lot of chaos into organizing a conference and an event. Tell me more about the conference, because I know you have tons of different speakers. So tell me more. What can I learn? What if I'm not in the beauty space and I'm thinking about coming, what value am I going to be able to receive just by coming?
Yeah, honestly, truly, like just coming off of last year being my first conference ever, and having the success from that and seeing all the people, I did take a lot of constructive criticism from it. So this year we're going to have more single presentations, smaller panels. And like I said, we're just bridging the gap between having the skill and, knowing how to run a business. Now, I will say this is totally geared to the beauty industry. So if you are thinking about coming and you just want to learn, you're going to, of course, learn grant information, funding information, credit information, customer service, but when it comes down to those like real niche panels, let's just say, I'm a banker and I want to have my own product. You can come to learn how to make your own product from scratch. We have 8-figure entrepreneurs who are coming in to teach you like how I took and created these products from scratch, not just hair companies. I'm talking about like, I have this shampoo, I have this, yoni wash, I have this and that. And so I think that was super important, because I realized just because you do a service behind the chair, you also have to incorporate products. We have, salon ownership. Anyone can own a salon suite. That's just what it is. That's why we see them everywhere now. So you don't have to do that. So if you would like to come and, I need some passive income, come learn how to open your own salon suite. Sway is coming. She's giving you the full breakdown. She's the first woman Black owned franchise owner of salon suites here in Atlanta. So she has the whole blueprint. She has everything that you need. If you want to open your own commission-based salon, if I want to open a wax salon, and honestly, opening a wax salon, you would make more return on your investment faster than a lash and brow bar or a hair studio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because waxing in 15 minutes. You go on Wax by Andrea. That's why she has 49 locations in Georgia, and they're all hers, no franchises.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, you want to go today, you want to leave the podcast, so you're like, I want to get a wax. You can just go in. It's an appointment for you. 15 minutes, $40. It's just, they make money.
Oh, okay.
I think people sleep on the wax industry, but they make money. So that would be, something that someone I need, something passive for my daughter. Let me come learn how to, do that. So there are just different ways that if you aren't in the beauty industry, you can come and learn information, whether it's like I want passive income or I just want to take some of these skills and really apply it there. But yeah, other than that, it's truly geared to the beauty industry. Last year, we connected so hard. So many great deals, connections, networking went on. It warms my heart when people text me like, hey, I'm still connected with this person. I made $20K coming to your conference. I did this, doing that. And that was a photographer.
Oh, wow.
So he was there just networking, because I find it also too, if you have a skill that can help someone in the beauty industry, they were in there networking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now you're shooting campaigns for, people in the beauty industry, or I'm running their ads, so that makes sense too if you just want to come and just network, because I keep it really super and affordable. That's something I built my brand on in general, because everyone's like, there's people charging $1,500 for less things, and I'm like, y'all, I keep it affordable because I want this to be like a true situation where people actually come, they learn, and everyone feels welcome to.
Mm-hmm. And you have the grant panel, which I'm super excited about.
So excited.
It's not just, it's 2 other amazing women who are killing it in the grant space as well. And we're doing a grant giveaway. So I'm super excited about that. And we just have to get with you to figure out the best way, if we're going to do a pitch or what that looks like. But being able to pour back into the women that are in the beauty industry. And there's so many women in the beauty industry that don't know that they qualify for grants. Beyonce has a grant that she gives out every quarter. I had
no idea about that till you posted it, honestly. Yeah. And I think one of the girls in the beautypreneur community won.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
She won it for the Creed. There's the Creed.
Creed. Yep, absolutely. Yep. So I'm just excited about everything that's going to come from the beauty conference, and I'm just super excited for what's in store for you. Getting back out there and in your groove, and being an amazing mother, and just doing amazing things. Is there anything else that you want to share?
Overall, I just feel truly blessed just walking into a new season, starting new businesses, having my new baby girl, and just overall, outside the Beautypreneur conference, I'm just excited for new beginnings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick thing. 3 steps to starting a successful business. What would be the top 3 things that you would give an entrepreneur to starting and launching a successful business?
First, I would say to go ahead and trademark your business. And I say that just because if you want a successful business, you have to actually own it. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people kind of sleep on that step. I know I did at first, and people tried to take that. Once they see you getting a little bit of motion, they will try to take something that you built, and that could be super, super just, disheartening. So 1, trademarking your business. 2, successful business, customer service. I'm sorry, that's my thing.
Yeah.
That's my thing. So 1, trademarking, 2, customer service, and 3 is going to be making sure you have proper funding.
Oh, love it.
Yeah. I was about to say, making sure you're staying in the loop when it comes to keeping your credit together, having access, to the grants, and understanding the grants around you, because a lot of people do go out of business due to funding. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Tell everybody where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Bre Nicole.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, you guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Access Granted. I'm super excited. If you found value from this information, I want you to subscribe and make sure you share this with at least 3 other entrepreneurs in the beauty space.